nerves, and the son helping with training and teaching. Today, I'm a medical assistant and studying to become a registered nurse. Hindi ko kayo
What is up, guys? It is the Sports Nerd Bradley Walker, and welcome to the Walker Report, part of In the Zone Sports Talk Radio, part of NGSC. Guys, remember the website. It's ngscsports.com for all your current sports content, and also head over. We are being shown live on Coast to Coast Entertainment as well. Welcome in, guys. Welcome. Happy Thursday to everybody out there. Everyone out there. Happy Thursday to everybody out there. We will be joined by a special guest this evening. Actually, he's already in the studio down here, explaining pretty cool, guys. I'm going to let him explain to you what I visited him on Tuesday and then again today on Thursday to get my results. But guys, happy Sports Thursday. If you see me turning my head that way, the Lightning game is on to my right, so I will be kind of peeking over there to see what's going on. Before I get started, guys, as we always do, the show is sponsored by CreatingZenSpaces.com, the local choice in St. Petersburg, Florida for house cleaning, organization, decluttering, and pet sitting. It's about finding the peace within you and adding comfort to your life. And remember, Zen Spaces begins with you. Please be kind to yourself and one another. Again, as she has told me, she is just servicing the St. Pete area at this time. She is unable to make it to Clearwater and Tampa at this time. So again, guys, thank you so much for that, for sponsoring me since the beginning when the show all started. Guys, we do have a YouTube channel. Head over to the Sports Nerd Bradley Walker. That is to see this show and in its entirety. Let me bring in my co-host real quick. Gentlemen, how you doing, guys? Going good?
Hello, Brad. How are we doing tonight?
I'm doing good, buddy. I'm doing good. Let me bring on Mike. This is the guy that I had lined up, guys. I'm going to let him explain to you what he has done to help me with muscle mobility. So I'm going to bring him on. Welcome in, Mike. Mike, how's it going? There we go.
Hey, guys. I'm doing pretty good. How you guys doing?
Not bad.
I think so.
I appreciate you guys bringing me on the show. Thanks, Brad, for coming out. And yeah, it's kind of funny that you bring up muscle mobility, and to explain what I do is not so much different. It's just a different mindset and the thought process. So typically what I do is I help people that have been dealing with stubborn, responses to other ailments, like if you're having some back pain, neck pain, some tightness.
Yes.
Typically people see like a chiropractor, massage therapist, an acupuncturist, the list goes on. And whenever those avenues don't work, people come and see me, and I do have a completely different thought process behind it. And as Brad mentioned, he came in and today he got his results. And it's not necessarily like results, it's more like a snapshot of where his entire body is. Like, if you look at a machine, I want to see which way the machine is facing. And over the years of Brad playing golf, it shows that his body has grown into certain positions overall, and he recognized it immediately. And then we showed some exercises that we can do to make those changes, and making sure that he's not in pain while we're doing it at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, as I saw Mike earlier today, guys, for the results, and as I told him when I went to see him on Tuesday, it was something that I wasn't prepared for, in a good way, guys. I'm not saying it was in a negative way or anything like that. It was something pretty cool. What the results have shown is that I tend to lean more. My body is leaning more towards the right. So Mike is helping me get recentered by doing some exercises to help me with the left. By the way, I'm going to be ordering that wrist thing, Mike, that you tomorrow. So it'll be ordered tomorrow.
Good.
So I'll have it.
Oh, what is it? What did it do? Or what is it?
What it is it's a finger thing where I'm going to do, Lewis, where it's going to help me move and get my body back to center compared to leaning more to the right. It's going to help me in mobility, not only just in golf, but in just everyday stuff. I mean, I can tell you right now, I know that I slouch. I know that. I know my posture is not the greatest in the world. So that's something also I have to work on as well. But Mike has helped me with exercises and stuff that can, get me back to center a little bit, help me out, like I said, in everyday life, not just in golf, especially, because I'm going to be a little bit more balanced than I was before. But again, guys, like I said, he does this. It was a very, very cool experience. I'll be honest with you. I'll be seeing Mike probably once a month from here on out. But it's one of those things where it's just a very, very cool experience. I'm just gonna say it was a very.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
and it was the exercises that we did and that I gave you are pretty simple, wouldn't you say?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Yep.
That's what's good about it. And Lewis, to answer your question about the device, it was oh man, I don't have one here. But anyways, Bradley had trouble with wrist extension going, and if you think about it, well, he's right-handed as a golfer, and he's pulling that arm in left rotation, and that left wrist is pulling, and it's actually extending. So when I tested his left side in extension, he couldn't really control it. That's really what they do, is trying to test how well he can control his motor control on each side.
So it'd be like taking your car in for a diagnostic test then.
Yes, exactly.
So you go and you find out exactly. We could, if the lifter 3 is a little bit behind the other ones. So if we make it up, it's going to perform a lot better.
Absolutely right. And you said it, Adam, right there off the bat, is if I look at this as a system, the only way to know, like if you guys came up to me and say, Mike, I've got this shoulder problem or back problem, like what would you do? And it's like, I don't really know, to be honest.
I got to take it in and look at it before I can, I'm a car guy.
I'm a car guy. I love it. Yeah, me too, man. Awesome.
and I can't, my friends will come up to me, well, what do you think's wrong with my car? I'm like, I don't know. I have to take it out and drive it first. For want of an example, maybe we can work this in, but my friend was like, my brakes are soft. I hopped in their car, I put my foot on their brake and it went right to the floor. I was like, nope, don't drive this thing. It's done. And maybe you can give us an example of something like that for one of your patients.
Okay. Would you guys be okay if I continue using Brad as an example, since he's experienced it himself?
If that's what he wants to do, okay.
Yeah, that's cool. Yep.
Yeah. So let's actually, Brad, with you, I kind of want to add a little wrench to this, because Brad came in and he really didn't have any complaints, to be honest. He in his history, and history matters. History is really, really big, just like a car. How do you drive your car?
Right.
Where do you drive? Are you a city driver making a lot of turns, stops and goes, or are you a highway driver? Right. They're going to see some differences there. So, but let's say, even though Bradley was leaning more to the right, Yeah, I'm looking at your chart, Bradley, as I'm looking just to make sure. I keep all of my notes with my clients, so I have to look. But let's say he's like, man, my right knee is bothering me. Now, typically, every other ailment out there is going to look just at the knee, right? Local problem equals local solution, right? Like you said, hey man, my car's been acting funny. The tire's making this weird sound, and you're like, I don't really know. I got to see what else is going on, because it might not be the tire, right?
Yeah. So it could be a ball joint, not upper control arm. It could be something in your hip that's actually causing your knee to have problems.
Yes.
Right. And think about Brad. So I do this thing where I have 2 scales. Right, and one foot on the other. That was one of my assessments that I do, and he had like 18 more pounds on his right side rather than left. So let's say he had that knee pain on his right side. I notice all this energy, all this lean is going to the right. I'm gonna start way up here, maybe the neck, maybe the trunk and spine, because that's really what's starting off on that lean. If you get what I'm saying. And once we do some exercises going the other direction, You know, I'm not putting as much pressure. Not putting as much pressure on that knee anymore. I'm taking it off and leveling it off.
Right. Is
What
that
do you guys think about that?
makes sense to me? I have a follow-up question about does that come from being right side dominant? Like Bradley, you're right-handed, correct?
I am right-handed, yes.
Would that so that kind of going into that would that come, does that have anything to do with it, or is that just kind of a?
It can be. It is there's so many factors, and that is a factor that does come in play. In fact, in my mobility profile that I made for Bradley, I do circle that he is right hand dominant. So it's something to consider. Also, as well as his occupational hazard. He does a lot of sitting. A lot of us now are doing that through COVID. And I'll tell you right now, in the past year, a lot of people have been coming in with some back issues or whatever, some hamstring tightness, because they're sitting a lot and they're making changes over time. So yeah, you're right. Hand dominance is a thing. Occupational hazard, your history, like you said, history matters.
I can't identify anything until I take a look at the prospective patient.
I appreciate you guys like respecting that, because a lot of times the hardest struggle is, well, can't you just look at my shoulder? Can't you just look at my neck? You know.
Well, I can't. We'll get there. Don't worry, we'll get there. But we need to look at everything, and we need to look at this as a whole picture, because it's like you don't put a puzzle that you don't put the top third of a puzzle together and be like, well, I'm done with it.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah, that's a great skyline, but I wanted to. We're building all of New York City here. It doesn't work. It doesn't function if you're not actually building it all out.
Mm-hmm. No, man, you're right. Man, Adam, you need to come out here and help me out with these people and let them know. You know?
I've been. It's funny. We had some new stuff at work the couple weeks ago, and I asked a really quick clarification question. Like, I think I understand it, but I want to make sure that I'm understanding it kind of question. Like, do you want to do the presentation? Because you got it. I'm like, I can, yeah, sure, why not?
That's good, man. That's good. Well, it seems like you like to look at the big picture.
Well, everything is the sum of its parts.
Very well said. Yes, absolutely.
I think you're, being into sports, you can't lose you can't win a game in one play, but you certainly can lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so if you're like, oh, my knee's bothering me, so you go and you get your knee scoped and it feels better for a little while, but then your knee starts bothering you again because you have sciatic, you have an issue with your sciatic nerve, or your hips, your hips are actually, your hips, instead of being square, one's lower, one's higher, and you actually need to get those balanced, and what you have one leg's longer than the other one, or something like that. So you actually need to go and have a full workup done. But so many people, like, for going back to our car example, well, my wheel is making a funny noise, must be the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
So they take it into their mechanic and they take it down to the dealership, have them replace the wheel. Noise goes away for a couple of months, maybe 6 months, goes away. Then it comes back and it's twice as horrendous.
Mm-hmm.
So it's short-term gain, long-term loss.
Oh man, I love that. I gotta write that down. Short-term gain, long-term loss. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Okay.
I stole that from Cars.
No, that's true.
Oh yeah, right.
You said it well. There's a lot of people that go out there and again, history matters. I know I repeat that a lot. And you get people that come in, they've had surgery on their foot, but then later on it goes up to their knee, and they got to get hip replacement. It's funny that over the years there's this trail that follows, and nothing really gets handled.
Yeah.
And that's sad. But
it hurts. It all hurts.
Because
exactly.
I wish I was wrong, but
me too. What's the score?
Well, and when you do have pain and when you do have pain, especially in the body, if your hands hurt, well, it obviously has to be something wrong with your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But it could be something. It could be muscle. You could be having muscle issues. It may not actually be in your hand. You could have a tendon going bad in your forearm that needs to be looked at.
That's so
That's
true.
like I like metal music, and I'm a big fan of Metallica
So am I.
and Megadeth. And Dave Mustaine happened to play for both bands,
Right.
and he's he played left hand. Spider-Watt is a style of playing heavy metal music. Well, when he would hold his hand like this, it would be fine. But he turned his hand over, his hand would go dead, and he couldn't feel anything.
Wow.
And he ended up it ended up being up in his it didn't have anything to do with his hand.
Mm-hmm.
It was there was a nerve in his wrist that had gone
Right.
bad.
I remember that.
Wow.
And they took that tendon out of his wrist and replaced it, and he's gone on to have another 20 plus years playing heavy metal music, and and and
That's Hey Bradley, I don't know if you probably remember, but does that recall a question in the questionnaire that I gave you, what he mentioned?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
and one of the questions I have, so when people start with me, I give them a very daunting, long health questionnaire about history that exposes, they probably forget. Like I had someone the other day, oh, I had a car accident 20 years ago. Okay, well, that's important. I need you to write that down.
right.
And one of the questions is, do you play a musical instrument? And you'd be surprised, like you mentioned, the guitar player. My nephew plays left-handed guitar, and I'm always helping him out with stuff.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that, and that's exactly what his problem is turning that forearm over because he's always doing this.
Right.
I played
Yeah.
too, so.
When he turned his hand
cool,
over, he
cool.
couldn't do anything with it. It would absolutely not hurt. This
Oh,
was okay. He could do stuff like this, but as soon as he turned his hand over, dead.
Well,
yeah.
And they ended up.
That guitar, my piano, I play, so.
Oh, good. Yeah, piano. See a lot of piano players. This is so complicated because think about how many little joints there are on
Right.
each finger, and then in here,
Mm-hmm.
right, in the actual like carpal area. Oh my gosh, there's so
And
many little joints and
Yeah.
motions you can do.
and hand exercises are kind of we don't think about needing to exercise our hands and our wrists and doing wrist exercises, and that's it. That those kind of we just get so used to using our hands, they're kind of an extension of our body.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We take it for granted.
Right.
We
Right.
do. We're doing this all the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I see
Definitely.
people with thumb problems, believe it or not.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe it.
And that's
Be
what
interesting in like
Oh.
20. It'd be interesting to hear in like 10, 20 years about some arthritis people get just on their thumbs alone.
Just in the knuckle of your thumbs from constantly and scrolling, and it'll be fascinating to watch develop, and it'll also be interesting to see between like in 100 years time from 1990 to 2090, and see how hands have developed in terms of the dexterous movement of our thumbs, and that the selection pressure being where their genes will be selected for more sturdy thumbs, and seeing where that goes.
Yeah, that'd be interesting because we definitely need our thumbs, and we need all the other finger. One little thing I want to add to just this when it comes to the hand is there's really one particular muscle, well actually two, that cross, start in the forearm that cross all this to do all of this. So you think about it's one piece of like string that's pulling, but they individually you can control them. That's
Right.
wild if you think about it.
It really is.
It's really wild. Same thing on the other side, I'm not gonna do my middle finger, but
Right. So, if I may, what is your specialty?
Oh,
Did you go
thank
to
you for
school
asking.
for this, or?
Yes. So it's not a college. There is a website called exerciseproed.com, and by the gentleman named Greg Mack, and the course is called I'm a certified muscle system specialist, and there's not very many of us around. He has a engineering background. He was a nuclear engineer in the Navy, and then when he got out, he was in the fitness industry and realized we're doing all this stuff wrong. and it's taken him about 30 years to really get this down. And now that it's finally out there, you can do the course online, which is what I did actually during the whole COVID thing. And I had some experience in the past with some other adjuncts of courses that really helped us out. Like another one is called the Resistance Training Specialist. That's a great program. And so and these are not like, they're not colleges. These are certifications, or a lot of them are just adjuncts to like, hey, you want to be a little bit better at this, and these are people that sit around and they're the real gurus. And I like today, actually, Bradley, before you came in, I did have a doctor of physical therapy come in for her assessment, and she was like, she actually just thankfully, very thankful. She posted, you know, I was very impressed. I've never seen anything like this before. So it's interesting that someone with, and they're very highly credentialed, and I have a lot of respect for them. They know so much. There's things I always reach out to them. I don't know what this is. Can you help me out with this? You know, what do you think I should do? So, so yeah, to answer your question, that's the education that I have.
That's fair. It's you know, it's different than claiming that you know, a cure-all. You know, it's not gonna, you know, if you have a torn rotator cuff, you need to go get surgery. You need to go get it fixed. But if you have, you know, if you're experiencing a certain moderate to mild discomfort, we can give you it's an exercise program to help strengthen your muscles. I think that's a very, you know, an important distinction between other particular practitioners of certain I'm trying to be delicate here.
No, you're doing great.
I don't want to.
I love that word.
I don't want to step on anyone's particular toes because I have certain proclivities to other pseudo academics who claim that they can cure all with cracking your back.
Right.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
And that kind of was what stemmed my question. Is I was curious what your background was, and you know, and you know, I can respect your position as somebody who, you know, we have a system, you know, you can't cure cancer, but you can make people feel better, and that's, I can respect that. Unlike other pseudoscientific individuals who will lead you down a path where they want you to believe that they can fix it all with an adjustment. You know, I find that to be distasteful.
No, I understand, and to be honest with you, what got me on this journey was I was 22 years old and I was training to do something in the military, and I hurt my back, and I went to a lot of different people and spent a lot of money that I didn't have at 22 years old, because at 22 most of them are broke, right?
And in the army or military.
Yeah, I wasn't in the military. I was trying to get in to do something like very specific. I wanted to be a special operator. And
of course.
Again,
Didn't
I hurt
we
my
all?
back. Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. 22. Come on, let's do this.
Right? We're jump out of perfectly good airplanes.
That is exactly what I wanted to do.
I'm doing that when I turn 40, by the way.
Okay, there we go.
Wow.
Hey, there are some anomalies out there that I have seen that don't look like it, and they crush it. And
George Bush jumped out of airplanes until he was like, what, 95?
Yeah. There's people out there. Yep. There's people out there that can still do it. Yeah, me neither. Me neither. But yeah, I spent a lot of money. I saw a lot of people, and I got tired of hearing well, you're always going to have that problem. You know,
sure.
It's fine. I'm like, what? So
right.
There are other people out there.
And not wanting to be constantly having to take pills all the time.
Yes, that
too.
Well said. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
To manage the pain, I can speak from personal
but the thing is that because they can cause side effects.
And they can, and even
what's that?
And at a certain point they can become ineffective.
Yes.
And,
Yeah,
and you can develop either a dependency or a resistance, and both. And so, you know,
man, Adam, you're awesome. You need to come over. I'm gonna hire you. You're my marketing guy. It's because you honestly, I forget about this stuff. I wasn't hooked on anti-inflammatories. You can't get hooked on that. But I was taking a high dose of it,
you
and
take 4 ibuprofen to get up and go in the morning, and you're like, ugh.
yeah,
I don't want to be doing this for the next 40. You know.
And I put myself in the hospital due to like stomach aches, and I didn't realize it ruins the inner lining of your stomach.
Right.
Sure.
You know, no one knows that. You just want to get out of pain.
Right.
So
absolutely.
Well, and then at a certain point, those don't work. So you go to your doctor and say, "Hey, these aren't working for me. I need something stronger." And so you get a prescription for Vicodin or hydrocodone or whatever, and those help for a while, and then they don't help anymore, and so you get something stronger, and you know it's a never-ending spiral because you're not addressing the real issue.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's true.
Or you do what I do, and you just drink.
And then you got kind of wine you got there. You got red. What do you got?
I actually have the bottle here because I've been drinking.
I'm a red cab guy.
Stella Rosa Black.
Rosa, okay, all right, nice.
It's very good.
Fancy, dude. That's fancy.
It's cheap fancy, but
hey man, it's like fancy's fancy,
right? It's like $10 a bottle.
Yeah, that's an oxymoron.
When you see the gold lettering on the bottle,
yeah,
I'm just saying, you know,
pinky's out. Pinky's
there
out.
You go. You don't need to tell me the price.
It's not fool's gold though.
You even got a you even have a nice wine glass with it. Like, you know, I would have like a little cup personally, but come on, man.
Oh no! Usually I drink beer on the show, but wine sounded good tonight.
That's true.
It's like I said, I do miss the beer. I don't know what the heck.
Oh, wine sounded
Lewis,
good
he's
tonight.
Changing on us, man. He's changing.
I stole it. Mike, you want to come in here more often?
Hey man, I'm having a good time. You guys sound great. You know,
we have a blast.
I wish I was watching a Lightning game with Bradley right now, but you know.
So you're in the Florida area.
Yes, I am. I'm in the Tampa Bay area.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of thought maybe.
In fact,
I picked up on it. I wasn't sure at first, but now I know.
Yeah, yep.
Well, he said that Bradley was in the office this afternoon, and I mean, it doesn't take a rocket surgeon to figure that out.
Well, I thought he might was a commuter or something.
No.
Yes, I flew on an airplane to Las Vegas and flew back in time.
Just for this show.
Oh, the night before.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate it.
I flew to Vegas and came back.
So wait, who's in Vegas?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just being.
Oh, okay.
He was playing into
being hypothetical.
He was playing into my joke.
Yeah,
it's kind of what we do on this show.
I was supposed to be in Daytona this weekend, but unfortunately, the weather's gonna ruin that, so I won't be.
Yeah.
Weekend. Instead, I'll be in Tampa watching the USF game, so I'll be there. I'll be there in person. So that's where I'll be.
Good choice.
Who do they got this weekend?
Oh, they're playing Houston for homecoming. It's not going to be pretty.
It's going to get really early.
It's not going to be pretty. Charlie Strong. Jeff Scott's got he's got
his work cut out for him.
It's not so much his work cut out for him. He's got to get the players here that buy into his system. And right now, he's got the mess that Charlie Strong and who was the guy before him?
Willie Taggart
have left him, and he's got a mess to clean up. And hopefully the alumni will let him do that. I mean, they just got a new $2 million, indoor practice facility. I guess there are rumors that they're going to build them an on-campus stadium, but I talked to Michael Kelly a couple months ago. Oh, that's not in the cards. And now all of a sudden now it's in the cards.
Yeah, that's why.
Well, something must have happened in between as far as funding goes for them.
Well, we had talked about that when they first announced the stadium last year, or the practice facility last year.
Yeah,
is that there wasn't money in the budget for a new stadium.
I told you we talked to him on Bullseye, and he told me because the two questions I asked is I always get asked, and Mike is in the area. I always get asked this question is, okay, when are the Bulls going to have their own stadium? And then I think to myself, why would you want your own stadium when you play at Raymond James in a great area in Tampa on Dale Mabry? You play in a pro stadium, number one, where the Bucks play.
You can have alcohol.
Of a Super Bowl champion. Yes, they sell alcohol. You're coming off a Super Bowl championship. Why would you not want to keep playing there?
I know, right?
Move, but I guess all the other college schools have an on-campus stadium, so USF wants to follow suit. I don't know. I can't tell.
That's probably the biggest reason is they want to.
Yeah, I can't.
Then kind of that legitimacy as a school, like everybody else is doing it.
I mean, I think they approved 5 teams to come into the AAC next year.
Yeah.
Nobody big. I mean, they have to replace the teams that they lost.
Right.
UCF, Houston, and Cincinnati are all going to the Big 12. So they're moving out of the conference. So they have to replace those teams. Yeah. But then, I don't know if you guys saw the college football rankings came out.
Yes, I did. I saw it.
Cincinnati's not even in the top 6. They're pissed.
They're 6.
Screwed. Got screwed.
They're pissed. They're pissed off.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all.
Yeah, they're mad. They're upset that they're not. But
who's the idiot that made up this list anyway?
The committee. The committee's the one who
okay, which was the head idiot?
I don't know. The computer. I don't know. Analytics. That's what's taking over sports.
Right.
That's the problem.
Analytics is taking over sports. Ask the Tampa Bay Rays what analytics does to you. Cost you a World Series. Cost you a World Series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And congratulations to the Atlanta Braves, by the way, winning the World
Indeed.
Series.
You beat the cheaters.
Yes, thank God they beat the cheaters. One of the cheaters. The other team, it's the cheaters beat the cheaters to get into the World Series. So there you go.
Oh, yeah. You mean the Red Sox? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm a Red Sox fan. You know that. You know that.
What? You are?
Yes,
yeah.
Man, I would have never let you in my place.
Yeah.
What?
Yes, I am. Yes,
man, you held off on me. That's not cool,
see,
man.
That's you got to put that in your history questionnaire, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. No,
you're gonna have to get a pair of fake glasses and a mustache now to get in the building.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
I've got a question for you guys.
Go ahead.
So, I'm not one against it or for it. I love this talk about analytics.
Yeah.
I've talked to coaches about it, and I know a lot of coaches that don't like it. And then there's, what I've noticed is the coaches don't like it because it seems like it takes away the control of what they want to do with their athletes. But the people above the coaches are the ones that, the general managers, right?
The guys that pull the strings.
They like the analytics because now they can see it and makes them look like they can have control over it, right? Yeah.
When you get it right, you look like a genius.
Mm-hmm.
I'm of 2 minds on analytics. I think you've got to have the right mindset to be a great coach. Analytics is just another tool. It's just a hammer is not a good dinner plate.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're not using analytics properly, so there was I talk about this guy all the time because I can't stand him because I think he's a boob. But there's we're not getting him on the show anytime soon. So,
Sternberg either, right? You know how I feel about
that. Right. Well, we trash him weekend. It's kind of a pastime.
Well, if he gets on here, I want to be on here too because I just want to chime in. I don't know who this person is. Whoever you are, that's a
Well, the Rays.
Sternberg owns the Rays. If you're wondering.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And the other guy he's a head football coach in Arkansas at high school head football coach, and he didn't believe in punting. He always goes for it on 4th down, always goes for 2, and always onside kicks. And that's analytics because the numbers tell you should. That's fine, but there are 3 types of lies: lies, damn lies, and statistics. And there's such a thing as situational football or situational sports, and you get caught up in the numbers, you get caught up in the analytics, and you forget to play situational football. So he's coaching. He got a gig at Presbyterian College this year. So this is his first year coaching in major collegiate football, and they're an FCS school. So they're subdivision. Like they're and last week it was 4th and 7 from his own 12, and instead of punting, he went for it. They didn't get it. They didn't convert, and his defense and the other team went the 12 yards, scored a touchdown.
Mhm.
And that's free points. If that's where I fall in analytics is you still have to play situational football.
Mhm.
That's how I see analytics. Analytics is great in the offseason when you're looking at okay, so this guy is better against left-handers, this guy's better against right-handers, this guy he throws the short ball better, this guy throws the medium ball better, and finding those guys, those diamonds in the rough, if you will, when you're looking to bring in players, that's when analytics is really, that's where you can really Billy Ball.
I agree, man. I agree
the
with
A's
everything you're
manager.
saying. It's
You're talking about Billy Bean, their general manager.
Billy,
Is that what you're talking about?
yeah, Billy Bean.
Good movie, by the way.
Very good.
Oh, great!
Very good
Moneyball
movie.
is a great
Moneyball,
movie.
Good movie.
Moneyball.
Yep, good movie.
Probably the second best baseball movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he
I
turned
agree
down.
with everything you're saying.
He turned down going to the Red Sox, by the way, in case you're
Mhm.
wondering.
Yeah.
He turned down coming to Boston. So there you go. Staying in it. And I think what is he now? What is he? The chief operation officer for their baseball operations in Oakland. So he stayed in.
I think so.
In the
Wow.
organization. Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah,
I think what you're
executive
saying is
vice
very
president.
interesting.
Vice president.
No,
That's what he is. Vice president.
Right.
Yep, baseball.
Yeah. It's a good tool. I think the tool also is beneficial when it comes to risk. Because like
Yeah.
you said, if you rely too much on these analytics, right? Where do you put the risk factor in this, right?
Mm-hmm. Like I got Louisiana versus Georgia State, and it's on ESPN. It's the Thursday night game, and it's 1st and 10 from the. I think it looks like Louisiana somewhere in the 40s, and conventional wisdom is run on 1st down. They ran on 1st down, lost a yard. I mean, sometimes that's where analytics. That's where I think you can use tendency breakers. I think that's where you can use analytics to help influence your decision. But also, and that goes back to situational football. 4th and 7 from your own 12. I don't care what the numbers say. The numbers are wrong. Punt the ball. This ain't Madden. You can't just turn it off when you're not winning.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the biggest for me. That's the biggest problem with analytics is that we've got a generation that grew up playing Madden now. You've got executives that that maybe they didn't play Madden, but the kids played Madden.
Mm-hmm.
You got executives in their late in their 40s and 50s whose kids all grew up playing Madden, and they may have dabbled in some maybe not Madden, maybe it was 2K, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And then so it's so easy to go into Madden and see. 1 second, I have to take this call.
Yeah.
But yes, speaking of analytics or somebody being stupid, I don't know if you guys saw what happened with Henry Ruggs killing that woman in Las Vegas. I don't know, Mike, if you know anything about this. He played for the Los Angeles Raiders, and he was in Las Vegas. I think it was, Lewis, correct me if I'm wrong, was it Monday morning or Tuesday morning that he was involved in the accident?
I believe it was Tuesday morning.
It was 3:45 in the morning Vegas time. So here on our coast, it would have been what, 6:45?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he hit a woman, rear-ended her at 156 miles per hour, killed her and her dog. But guess what? I didn't know this until today. I was reading up.
Mm-hmm.
What happened, how she died, is her car caught on fire, and the car had been hit so hard, she burned to death in her car.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Now he was twice the legal limit in Las Vegas as far as drinking, So again, everyone out there, there are ride sharing services available. Please do not kill yourself, injure yourself, or hurt or kill some innocent person by your stupidity. Because guess what? And here's another thing about him. Every time he scores a touchdown, he puts 3 fingers up. Why? Because one of his good friends was killed in a car accident, and that's out of respect for him. And yet you go and do that. So you tell me what's wrong with that equation. Because that's well, no, I mean, you killed an innocent woman and her dog because of your stupidity. And you were trying to impress a woman, and you're lucky you didn't kill her or yourself going that. Guys, this was in a residential area, too. This is not the highway. This ain't driving on 275 or, Mike knows what 275 is. It's not driving on 275 or I-4. We're talking a residential street, like where Mike's office is at, driving 100 miles an hour on Cypress. You wouldn't do it because, well, obviously you can't because Tampa's, got a lot of traffic. But anyway, it's hard.
But at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm sure there's places in Tampa you could.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Ybor. Yeah. Ybor City. I'm sure you could do that easily. Yeah. Easily. But I mean,
that's completely ridiculous.
Well, and the thing is ridiculous. The thing is, as much as it's not so much the speed, it's the alcohol.
Yeah.
Because if you're not impaired, you're not going to drive that fast.
Correct.
You and at 156 miles an hour, you're covering a city block a second, and you are not a race car driver. You haven't trained. You're not equipped to handle that kind of speed.
No.
And by the time he realized where he was, it was already over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There was no getting it back. And the thing is that the problem started 6 hours before that. When instead of having somebody, I understand wanting to go out and having, and drinking. I get it. Totally understand it. But if you don't have the ability to, to get a blood alcohol level double the legal limit, which is 0.08. You have to have.
What is it? What is it in Vegas? But I don't know if
it's 0.08 is pretty much nationwide.
Is that nationwide? Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say that doesn't take much.
It's one drink to get to 0.08. But to consume that over the course of a night and maintain that level, that's it's 5 glasses of wine, 5 shots, 5 beers, and how long, so you have to figure that at least 10 o'clock probably when they started drinking, and to maintain that to be able to achieve and maintain that till the point where they decided to get in the car and go wherever they were going, how much alcohol they had to consume. And that's where the real issue is, the fact that they didn't plan to consume that much alcohol and have a way home.
Right.
Well, I mean, I don't know. On top of this, I don't know if you guys know this either. The NFL has a free riding service for all their players.
Yep, I did know that.
Oh yeah.
All you had to do is make
every team.
All you had to do is make a phone call.
Yep.
And it would have, because now
anytime, anywhere.
Now he's gonna go to jail now. Free ride service. The NFL.
Every team provides their players with a free ride. Yeah.
Free service for something that they make so much money doing. I'm sorry, I had to say that.
No, that's fine. No, that's good. It's really interesting how celebrities or players get in trouble because of drinking alcohol when they have this ability to call, and you would avoid it. I mean, if I had that kind of money, I'm not driving. Forget.
Yeah, exactly.
I will have someone drive me around everywhere. Forget.
Now, if they have this free service, I'm curious, and this incident happened, is the NFL liable now because they're able?
No.
Okay. I'm just curious.
No, because what it is that every team has this as an option. You can make a phone call and have someone come out, pick you up, take you wherever you need to go.
Right.
But you're not required to use the service.
Gotcha.
And the thing about it, it's such because they didn't provide them. See, they might be liable if they had been providing the alcohol and then allowed them to leave the party, or because I don't know if it's a house party or where they were before they left where whatever premises they were on to head out. But yeah, allowing if they were at a business. And I don't know what time. I don't know if it was 3:00 in the morning local time or if it was 3:00 East Coast time.
3:45 Vegas time. So it was
Vegas time. So yeah.
Well, you're an hour behind us, Adam. So
no, I'm not.
No.
No, I'm on East Coast time.
Okay.
Yeah.
3:40. It was 3:45 Vegas time.
So it'd been about 6:00 in the morning here.
6:45 here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to get up.
Right. So. And it's that male bravado. I don't need nothing.
Yeah.
I'm a big hotshot NFL player.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're going to spend the rest of your life in jail for killing somebody.
At least 10 years.
Yep.
Depending on what the charges are still pending.
Yeah. I heard somewhere from 2 to 20 years actually.
20 years.
Yeah.
2 to 20 years.
20.
Yeah. He'll probably get 10.
Probably.
Yeah.
But I will have to ask you guys, do you think his football career is over?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's no way.
There you go. See, now you've ruined your career. Yeah. You've ruined your career.
You ruined your whole life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about earlier.
One choice.
One choice. Exactly. You were talking about that earlier. You were talking about one play could change. One choice could ruin your life. Just like that. Just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah, it did.
Yep.
Hey guys, I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but I actually have to dip.
Okay.
And I'm really enjoying this, Brad. I appreciate you coming out. Lewis,
well, I definitely will be seeing you in the future, sir. So I'll be in contact with you. Thank you very much for allowing me to have you on here, and the assessment and everything was awesome. I'll go on the Facebook page. I think I liked it today. I'll go on and write and do a write up for you because it was awesome. I will definitely.
Oh man, that's awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah. No and Lewis, Adam, if you guys ever come your way, make your way down to Tampa Bay, hit me up and I'll bring you inside and show you too. You guys can experience it. Okay.
All right. Thanks.
So,
and the phone lines are.
What's that?
The phone lines are always open if you ever want to call back in.
That's right.
Oh man.
Yeah. Let me know, Mike.
I might take you up on that actually.
Yeah. You can call mine as well.
If you want my resume, just hit me up. We'll work something out.
As long as I get that fancy wine with the gold lettering.
Bring a bottle with you from Tennessee.
There we go.
From Tennessee.
It's pretty good stuff.
All right, you guys.
Yeah.
You guys be safe, okay?
You too, Mike. Have a good evening.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Yep.
All right.
We always have the most interesting guests who always stay way longer than we ever plan on.
No. Funny thing, do you know the funny thing? He asked me when I left the office, like, how long do you normally have you on? I'm like, you can stay on as long as you like.
Yeah.
I told him that we had Jim Branstander on for an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Jim was on the whole show that night. But before I go, I got to go on a rant because I'm going to go ranting right now.
Uh-oh.
Okay, do it. I'm the ranty one, so let's see what you got.
This has to do with the National Hockey League. We talked about this topic last week.
Yes.
But you know who we did not talk about and who needs to be blamed for this situation? Gary Bettman.
The Antichrist.
I almost said the F word, but I have to hold it back for professionalism.
Yes.
Gary Bettman is just as much to blame for this as Stan Bowman and the rest of that Blackhawks crew. He swept us under the rug. So you know what, Gary? your ass needs to be fired.
Dude.
You need to be gone.
About
This
time.
should be the tip of the iceberg. The Titanic is hitting the iceberg. Your
Yes.
butt is gone. And this right here should be the tilt of it.
The
right
death
now.
nail.
That nail in the coffin.
That's
Yep.
just, I mean, I've been thinking about that all day, about how he seems to get away. Oh, no one's talking about me. Well, yes, you're just as much to blame as they are for hiding this for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. I don't understand how that went under the wraps. Oh, no, just underneath the rug.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, when all of it came out at Penn State, everybody who had ever said anything about anything at Penn State, they all got killed.
Yeah.
They crucified every single last one of them FFers.
Well, and look at Joe Paterno. His legacy is tarnished forever. Forever. Because of that. Forever.
And he even though he, depending on what reports you read, he tried to do the right thing. Yeah. You know, and nobody, you know, it doesn't matter. Trying to do the right thing and actually doing the right thing are two totally different things. Correct. You know, and then this MFer, can I say that? Are we allowed to say that?
You can say that.
This MFer doesn't do a damn thing.
Nope.
And you know, and how he has 2 lockouts. There's it 3?
Three lockouts.
3 lockouts.
Right. The partial lockout was a partial lockout in 94, right?
Right.
A total lockout in 04, 05. No.
Yes.
Yeah, 04, no, 05. Yeah, 04, 05.
04, 05.
Yep.
And then a partial lockout in 2013, 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
So basically, essentially 2 lockouts.
Yes.
In terms of total games lost, 2 lockouts. And a sex scandal?
Yeah. Oh, and
this isn't.
There's another thing going on in Pittsburgh on top of that. So you know he's.
Is that okay? What did I miss something? Is it the COVID thing?
No,
or is it something else?
I think it was something a coach assaulted another coach's wife, and Pittsburgh kept it under wraps, and now it's coming out, and now Mario Lemieux is being put under the microscope. So here we are now. Right back to square one again. It's like, oh, okay, you know what? We're gonna hide all this shit. We're gonna hide all this shit, and then we're gonna bring it out now because you know what? That's the kind of life that we live now.
Right.
Something could happen 15 years ago, and guess what? You better make sure that you got all your closets locked up because if the skeletons come out, you're SOL. Yeah,
you're shit out of luck at this point, man. How Batman survived 2 lockouts, and you know
the canceled season.
Yeah, 3 lockouts, a full canceled season, and still has a damn job.
Yep.
And he's buried and is bleeding fans left and right.
Yeah.
And fans everywhere say they hate the product on the ice. It's not the hockey we want. You know, we want the rough, the tumble, the fights, the passion. And you have these scrums after every damn whistle that amount to nothing.
Yep.
And just bog the game down.
Yep.
Oh.
No, I mean it's not, I mean the one thing coming out of the latest lockout that I thought was good was the 3-on-3 overtime. I thought that was really fun. A cool idea. Fun. The shootout came back. That was a cool idea that came back. But some of the rules that are in place, I mean, I don't like the whole rule with the goaltender can't play the puck outside the trapezoid.
That's a terrible rule.
That's a rule that's bugged me ever since that rule came out.
Yeah.
If the goalie wants to come out and play the puck, and he's in now, he should be free liberty. If you come out of the net, you should be free liberty to be hit. But then again, just like in the NFL, the quarterbacks are the most protected players. You hit them,
nobody wants. Right. Nobody wants to watch Garth Snow in place of Dominic Hasek, though.
No.
I totally agree with you, bud. I agree with you.
You know, and kind of in that same vein of no one wants to watch Mike White versus Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I tune into the game there. Carson Wentz. They got a touchdown. Mike White. Mike White, they beat the Bengals last week. We could talk about that when we get to the NFL. But they beat the Bengals last week. So, yeah.
Right. But no, like you said, how this guy has survived everything he's survived. He's got a Teflon coat, man. They might as well call him Teflon.
Yeah.
Teflon Batman.
Yeah.
And, the Teflon Don of the NHL.
He holds the pedestal.
Savage life.
He has the pedestal for worst commissioner, and he's got to be there with Rob Manfred. So both of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. See, first of all, now that the baseball season is over, now the question is the lockout looming? Because that's the question.
Yes.
Is the lockout looming? And what happened last year with the whole COVID thing, I won't be surprised if we don't get a work stoppage in baseball. I'll be shocked if we don't.
I'll be shocked if we don't, too.
Yeah.
I have it 99% there will be no baseball season next year.
I would
say that. I don't think it'll start on time, but I don't think MLB is that stupid to let a whole season go by. They won't make the same mistake as 94. They lost a lot from the pandemic in 2020. I don't think they would have that happen, go the full season. I think by maybe June, I think they'll have something, have a deal in place. There is no way in hell that they would have a whole season go by, after what they've been through. I don't see that happening.
The owners are no.
Well, the owners are paying them too much money. And again, there will never be a salary cap in baseball. We all know that.
No, hell no. Not as long as the Yankees have their way.
Well, thanks a lot.
And you guys can disagree with me when I say this. I think there should be a salary floor, meaning you can't pay your players less than that. So that talks to the Rays. That talks to the Royals. Mm-hmm. That talks to all the small market teams. The A's are another one. Mm-hmm. All those small market teams that have low payrolls. Well, guess what? If baseball wants to try to they're never going to even the playing field because, again, with no salary cap, all the big teams like the Bostons and the New Yorks and the LAs can all get, and the Philadelphias can all get the big free agents because they can afford them. If you are a middle market team or a small market team like the Rays and Marlins are, you can't get those. You can get one free agent, but you can't get more than one.
Right.
And it sets your team back. So I think they need to incorporate a salary floor where, okay, payroll can't go below 50 million or whatever the floor is. That's just not, I'm just putting a number out there.
A nice round number. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, something along those
lines. Well, and I
or whatever.
Right. So, because then you can't not pay people.
Right.
And, so they end up, going to New York or Boston anyway for less money.
Right. Right. To play for a team for a chance to win a championship.
Right.
And I'm not saying that if you go play for Tampa Bay, you can't win a title. They can win one. The A's can win one. The Royals won one, in 2015? 14?
Yeah.
15? So, I mean, we're not that far out from that 6 years ago. That's not far away from the Royals winning their World Series over the Mets. So I'm just saying, and then we had the Nationals win last year. So there you go. Last year the Nationals won, and they're not a big market team. I know they're in DC, they're in the nation's capital, but I mean, still,
it's not exactly the biggest market in the world.
No, but not compared to a New York or a Los Angeles or Boston. Yeah, or Toronto.
Yeah,
or Toronto,
Montreal.
Or Montreal. Yeah, that's I had a sign up last week on here, and I forgot to bring the photo up, and I don't know what I did with the photo, but it said there was a billboard in Montreal that said something about, "Dear Tampa, we are not paying for a stadium for you, so don't come here." Signed, Montreal. That's what it said.
Go touchdown.
The billboard said that.
Yeah.
Hey, dear Tampa, we're not paying for a new stadium for you. Don't come here. Signed, Montreal.
Oh, boy.
So, obviously, they don't want the team there either. And I believe Urinating Tree came, I don't know if you saw his video, the
I saw
playoff video for MLB. he said something along the lines, "Oh, hey Stu, you want to go to Montreal? Why don't you move your effing ass there and leave the team alone in Tampa?"
Yeah.
Or in St. Pete, actually, because the Rays don't play in Tampa; they play in St. Petersburg.
Right.
But okay, another startling thing: the city of St. Pete got a new mayor. They elected a new mayor. Now the talks, he told them that I don't want the team. I'm going to do all my power to keep the team in St. Pete. But if I can't, I want the team to stay in the Tampa Bay area. So he's going to work with maybe moving them to Tampa. So we don't know. They only have till 2027 to figure this out. By the way, in case you're counting, that's only 6 years away. So the time is
right.
It's not like you can make a long-term decision. It needs to be done here in the next year or two to make where they're going to be, because a lot of people said Charlotte, a lot of people say Nashville. I think it's Vegas if the A's don't go there. I'm just saying. If Oakland doesn't move to Las Vegas, and I think the A's have their money for their stadium, almost got their stadium pretty much purchased so they can build them a new stadium. I think the Rays go to Las Vegas. I think Sternberg would sell them to Vegas because to get rid of them and, okay, here you go.
Right.
Stu will build you in that new stadium you want, and we'll draw people out here, unlike you can do in St. Pete.
Right. Or Miami.
Right.
Or Miami, correct. Because that's Lewis, one of the reasons why he won't build them a new stadium, because he sees exactly what happened in Miami with the Marlins.
Yeah. Right.
And today's attendance figures?
Yeah. Ants. There's ants in the stadium. No, the Marlins, I think, have averaged, 9,000 fans the last year, 2 years per game. 9,000 fans for a baseball game.
Let's go for minor league, not major.
No, it's not a baseball town. Miami's not a baseball town. Miami's a football town,
right?
Or a basketball town. Maybe basketball. Maybe they're more Heat fans. I don't know. I don't know an NBA guy, so I couldn't tell you. I know the season just started, so I don't know. That's a possibility.
They do seem to get more Miami. There are more Heat fans and more of the tragic fans, not Magic fans. So
Magic fans, they exist. There are Magic fans out there that exist.
So I said tragic.
Yeah, but they all go see the Penn and Teller show.
There's a lot to do in the city of Orlando, so
right,
they do what they want to do. There's theme parks and all kinds of stuff in the city of Orlando. Trust me, for someone who goes on vacations there every year, I can tell you what's in Orlando.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the NBA, it's still early in the season for them. But real quick, guys, if you want, I do have some NASCAR stuff. I know they're winding down the season.
Okay.
Yeah. I know this would be more Adam's forte. They said that next year there were going to be very few races that start early in 2022. Did you?
Yeah, I saw that. They're all
Yahoo?
Everything is all a 3:00 start.
Yeah,
they're early in year or early in time wise.
Early time wise.
Okay.
Yeah, early time wise. Yeah.
Yeah. There isn't anything that's starting any earlier than 2 p.m. East Coast.
I see.
Yeah, it's and obviously anything that's a night race is starting after 5. Right. Yeah, I saw that. I'm just disappointed to hear that.
And the other one is that they are, as they move to Phoenix, they're betting that Kyle Larson will win his first Cup title.
Yeah.
The leader now, as far as
the
next. Is it the Nextel Cup? What is it called now?
It's just the Cup Series.
Cup Series. Okay.
Just the Cup.
Yeah.
Good name.
I know it was called the Winston Cup way back in
the longest time. Yeah.
And cigarettes still. I think they still exist. I'm not really sure if they do where they do. Okay.
I gotta meet this guy Winston.
But yeah, so how many races are left now after Phoenix? Is there 1 or 2? How many are left? Just one after
Phoenix.
Okay.
Yeah. This weekend.
Oh, Phoenix is the last one. This is the last one. Oh, okay.
Yep.
This is the last one. This is the last one of the year. All right. Cool.
Tomorrow night.
Oh, it's tomorrow.
Sunday. Sorry.
I was gonna say a race on a Friday night. That would be interesting.
Yeah, I think the Truck Series is tomorrow.
Well, like I said,
yeah, I think trucks.
If you want to, but anytime you want to come down to go to Daytona, let me know. I know that's.
Yeah.
Not this year. I'm just saying in the future.
No. Yeah. Maybe next summer.
When the race comes here during the summertime, let me know. Because I know, like I said, it's the weather. Okay, so here's what I mean. Again, I know it's not cold in New Jersey and Tennessee, but kickoff for USF on Saturday night is going to be 60 degrees. Now I know that's not cold for you guys, but for Floridians, that's cold. Yeah. So hey, I'm going to be in the nice, warm, cozy press box. Thank you. I don't have to break out
when you put freeze warnings though.
To break out the hand warmers in the park is.
I will be wearing my jacket to the game as I walk to the press box from my car. But I mean, in Daytona, it was going to be, I think, like 60 or 59 was the high. In Daytona, I'm like,
high? Wow.
And it's supposed to rain. It's supposed to rain.
Right.
Days. So the rain this time of the year, as you guys know, it's cold weather, or in certain cases, snow. If it gets that cold enough, it will snow. But I mean, since I got made fun of on a local podcast not too long ago that I've never seen snow before in my life, and the guests actually laughed at me that I had never seen snow in person. So,
right.
So, it is.
Well, you should see some snow in Nashville, with any luck.
I'm hoping so. That would be cool. Snow and outdoor hockey.
Mm-hmm.
That would be great. Yeah. That'd be a great trip. That would be a great trip. We're actually looking at tickets. We're looking at tickets right now. So
hell yeah,
hopefully that'll be sooner or later.
Sooner rather than later.
I think it was at the end of February, right?
Is it at the end of February? I'm not sure.
I think it's February 27th. I think is the game in Nashville. I'm not 100% sure, but I have you, bud. I have you. I'm definitely going to come visit you. But I have another friend of mine. I think that lives in Nashville, so I'm going to go see her too while I'm there too. But I'm definitely want to come. I mean, if I ever get to New Jersey too, Lewis, I've been to New Jersey once. This was years ago before I even met Lewis, but I've been to New Jersey. I think I went to where's the Devils play? What city are they in?
You mean Newark?
Newark. That's where I was at. Yep. I took the PATH train from Penn Station from New York to New Jersey and back from New Jersey back to right under the World Trade Center in New York. One of the things that when I got off the plane in New York was we flew to LaGuardia. I think my buddy, my roommate, who you guys have seen on the show before,
yes,
he asked me, "Where do you want to see?" And the very first thing I told him at 9/11, I want to see Ground Zero, and he looked at me. He goes, "You do?" I go, "Yeah." I go, I was thousands of miles away. I want to see it
through it.
I mean, I want to see it. I know it was, unfortunately, it's a bad historic moment for our country. Obviously, there's been a lot of those, Vietnam War, Kennedy getting shot, the Challenger. I mean, there's a bunch of them. Challenger blowing up, all of them throughout throughout history. But I mean, that was one. I mean, I got to see it. They were building the base of now the Freedom Tower that sits on the site now. I haven't been back because now I know they built those fountains for all the people that died in New York, from the people on the planes, in the buildings, the firefighters, the police officers, the first responders who all lost their lives on that day. But yeah, I mean, I was in high school when that happened. So I'll never forget it's one of those things where you'll never forget where you were that day. You'll never forget it, unless you lose your memory, but you'll never forget where you were at that point. So getting back to NASCAR, so this is it.
Yeah, this is the last race of the year.
The finale. Okay. So now the season starts back up, but again in what?
Mid-February. Yeah, mid-February. Yeah. It's the third week in February this year.
And are the new car? Are they coming out with the new cars or the new cars this year?
The new cars are going to roll. Their first race will be at the Coliseum.
Okay. In Los Angeles, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That's a done deal.
The All-Star race, right? Did we go over that a couple weeks ago? I'm trying to.
A couple weeks ago. It's an exhibition race. The All-Star race is later on in the year.
Okay. All right. Well, if you guys want to, we can go into. Go ahead, but I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
I was gonna just kind of explain the history of the the whatever they're calling it this year, the Clash. I don't know. So back in the early to mid 80s, they wanted to have a special race to start the year off for all of the previous season's pole winners.
Okay.
And so that's where the idea of the Busch Clash came from. It's expanded. The rules have been tweaked and changed, and the length and has all been modified over the years. But yeah, and who's eligible to participate has changed over the years. But yeah, the original idea was that the pole winners would have a special race to celebrate them being the fastest drivers, and the All-Star race was for the winners of the previous season.
I know, and I don't think you do anymore. It's something similar, but in the PGA, what they would do at the end of the year is if they would take the 4 major winners, the guys that won the Masters, U.S. Open, British Open, and the PGA, they'd have a tournament in Hawaii where just the 4 of them would play against each other. So something similar to that.
Just for bragging rights and a whole bunch of money?
Correct, yeah, for bragging rights. Going into the next, because the golf season also starts back up in February, and again, it starts in Hawaii. I mean, what a great place to start your season.
I could think of a far worse place to kick off the season
than in Hawaii. But so great way
to
start your
Vermont.
Season.
Vermont in February.
Maine, we'll start in Maine. Let's do it in Maine.
And start in British Columbia.
Minnesota. There you go.
Out there in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
I'll
be up on Bobby Myers 20.
The upper part of Michigan, not the lower part of Michigan. The upper part of Michigan, Upper Peninsula.
Manistee or Sault Ste. Marie. Marquette.
Yeah. Alaska. There you go.
If you look north, close, you can see Russia right near my house.
Go north. Go north. The rush is on.
Yeah.
Big nuggets, they're fun.
It's such a bad joke, though. I can see Russia in my house.
Yeah. Wasn't that what she said? I can see Russia from my house. Is that what?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna need more wine for this.
You might need another drink, Adam.
I'm working on it.
I think I need a drink. No, save it for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's coming up. Up. Oh, speaking of that, I think me and Adam had talked, Lewis. Do you want to do that week? Do you want to do a show, say, on Sunday? Because I don't know if we're all going to be available on Thursday.
I will be available on Thursday. I don't know if, and I don't know. I'm good with doing Thanksgiving.
What time on Sunday?
We're thinking early afternoon.
Early afternoon.
We had also kicked around the idea of doing an early afternoon show on Thursday itself, like watching the Lions lose again.
Well, together. I don't know what I'll be. That's the problem.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay,
that's fair
enough. Yeah.
Sunday evening, I think would be better.
I don't have any problem with doing Sunday evening. We can watch the 4:00 games or
I was going to say Sunday.
Sunday evening.
I was thinking early. If we do Sunday, I'd prefer to do early evening, like the 4:00 game or whatever.
All right. Okay.
Because I gotta,
That's cool with me, guys. Anyway. That's what you guys. That's fine with me. I don't have.
Yeah, I'm good with it. I'm good with any of those days. Thursday,
right
Friday.
Now, because the swelling from the fourth nipple has gone down, so I'm pretty good.
Okay.
Oh.
No, I don't go anywhere for Thanksgiving, and so my family's not here, and all my friends are hanging out with their families. So.
Oh, what a save! Oh, what a save!
So I'm free on Thanksgiving if y'all wanted to do a special holiday episode. All right, that's.
Well, I don't know be yet, so why don't we wait until we get closer to it?
We can do some. Yeah. Again, we're a couple weeks away. We'll fill
that out. Yeah, we're a couple. Well, we can hash it out and.
Whatever. I know. I'm not going to be here the 18th. That's the week that I'm going to take off for just the normal 1 month thing to recharge. Right. But yes, I will be more than happy to do. I'll be coming back from Gainesville that Sunday. I'll be back way before 4:00. I ain't staying in Gainesville till 4:00.
Right, we can do it. Well, as we get closer to it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're not available, we may just do a special 2-man show.
Well, so let's get closer to it. Well,
let's go back, guys, to last week in college football. We can talk about that. Obviously, the number one team showed why they're the number one team.
Right.
Manhandling my Gators 34-7 in Jacksonville. I know how much Adam loves those, neutral site college football games between the two teams. I know how much he loves those games.
A regular season neutral site games suck.
I know how much he loves
them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I need another drink. I'm gonna probably drink this whole damn bottle of wine tonight. So be prepared.
I would be surprised.
So then you have Cincinnati, who again was the number 2 team in the country. I don't think they're number 2 anymore.
No, they're number 6.
Number 6 now. Okay.
Well, according to the playoff picture, which I don't get at all.
It's computers.
It's so stupid.
It's a computer. They rank you based on. They take
Screw the computer.
They take all your
how they go by
your strength of schedule, your opponent's records.
Get what the schedule gives you,
I know.
Well, that's the whole thing. If you think about it, they can't help what conference they play in and how the conference really is. I mean, really,
and they can't.
They're the strong team. SMU and Houston are the other 2 teams, and Houston beat SMU this past weekend. So
right, which I didn't have.
Out of the undefeated. So now there's no undefeated team other than Cincinnati in the AAC.
Right.
So there's only one left, and that's Cincinnati. Cincinnati will be here in a couple weeks on a Friday night against USF. That's going to be my last USF game of the year because I don't think USF's going to make it to a bowl game. And even if they did, it'd have to be
not even the lower tier games.
They only have 2 wins. They have to win that. They have to have enough games to win to get it to be bowl eligible.
So that's right. The toilet bowl hasn't been created yet. That's right.
Right.
Correct.
No, we play that every year.
But
we play in the toilet bowl every other year.
Cincinnati did win 31-12 over Tulane. Oklahoma won. Ohio State unfortunately beat Penn State.
Right.
The game that I texted you right after that was a hell of a football game. Okay, I'm telling you right now, the Michigan State game lived up to its hype. And over some because that was a hell of a football game. That's why they were there for College Game Day, because that automatically that's the way it should have been. That game lived up to its hype. It's just unfortunate that Michigan could not, couldn't
put them away yet again.
Yeah, and
for the umpteenth 100 times,
Kenneth Walker's got to be in the
16-point lead.
Yeah,
Heisman
16-point lead with 12 minutes to go.
Yeah,
pissed it away again.
Again.
Yep.
And that's why this bottle is gone. Inexcusable.
They lost by 4 points to Michigan State. Do you guys think that Kenneth Walker should be on the Heisman Trophy run?
Well, I saw he was 3.
3? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oregon beat Colorado.
I hope he loses.
Beat Colorado handedly. Wisconsin upsets Iowa. That's an up.
Did they? I didn't. Yeah. Well, I didn't watch much of the game. I was doing other stuff on Saturday morning. And,
that was an upset. Yep.
So then once I came home and I watched racing on Saturday because I just was not in the mood for any more football after that.
No.
Auburn beat Ole Miss 31-20. That was a good SEC game. Yes. Notre Dame continues their winning ways, beating North Carolina. Mississippi State upsets Kentucky. Good for them in Starkville for the
Bulldogs. Wow.
They beat Kentucky. Wake Forest beat Duke. That's not a shocker.
No.
I think isn't Wake in the top 10 now? Aren't they?
Yeah, they're 10.
First time ever.
Oklahoma State rolled Kansas. That was not a shocker there.
No.
Baylor beat Texas. So is the seat hot now in Texas? Is the coaching
for Sarkisian?
For Sarkisian, is it a hot
already?
Seat? I'm just asking.
Yeah,
hot seat for them.
I mean, they're what 3-4 and 3, 3-4,
4-4 in the conference. 2-3 in the conference.
After and losing with losses to Baylor, Oklahoma State, Oklahoma,
in
Arkansas. Yeah, I think that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It really sucks because, I mean, it's hard for a first-year coach to come in and turn a team around
that quickly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, get the players buying in. I hate to fire a coach in his first year.
I don't think
I don't think it's fair.
No, I don't think that would happen.
Not with some of the, not with. I mean, but then you have to look at the losses though, and look at how they've lost. They had Oklahoma down by 21.
Yeah.
And you lose by. You had 21 to 17 lead going into the. A 21 to 17 lead going into the third or fourth quarter, in Baylor. Absolutely shelled. In the Oklahoma State game, they had 24 to 16 lead going into the third and going into the fourth quarter.
So they have a tendency of losing leads.
Yeah, they've blown 20, 38, 41. And they blew a 23, 30. They blew an 11-point lead against Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
And they were never in the Arkansas game.
No. That was early in the season, right?
Yeah, it was week 3. I'd say Sarkisian, I mean, he's got his work cut out for him. I think they really, if he wants to keep his job, they have to win out and win their bowl game.
Yeah. They only have to win 2 more games to be bowl eligible, so yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And they should win out. They got Iowa State this weekend.
That's
Kansas.
They'll beat Kansas.
Yeah. West Virginia, which is a toss-up.
Yep.
And they should beat K-State, but they'll probably lose because they should win.
Yeah. Well, I think, I won't be honest with you, I think the biggest upset in the top 25 had to be Miami beating Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Really?
That was a shock. Yeah, 38-24.
Yes.
Yep, that was a shocker.
Yeah, that's a shocker.
Houston beat SMU at the time.
Right.
The Mustangs were undefeated, and now they're not anymore. They lost by 7 points. Fresno State beating San Diego State. I was watching a little bit of that before I went to bed Saturday night.
I didn't stay up last Saturday.
West Virginia beat Iowa State 38-31. And then the last top 25 game, BYU won 66-49 over Virginia. So let's look at the games this week.
Coming up this weekend.
We can go through the lines and who's favored and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Starting at noon on Saturday, you have the Missouri Tigers on the road in Athens to face the number 1 Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia is a 39-point favorite with the over-under being 59.5. Mizzou as at Georgia.
Wow, and they're a 40-point dog.
40-point dog on the road. Correct.
Oh, they gotta go between the hedges though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna get shelled. Give me Georgia. Give me the points and give me the over.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next one, guys, is the number 5 Buckeyes on the road in Lincoln to play the Cornhuskers. The Buckeyes are a 15-point favorite with the over-under being 66.
I'll take Iowa State, but I think Nebraska's going to cover.
Okay.
I need to look at. Oh, that's the wrong team. Hold on 1 second.
Nebraska's 3-6 overall and 1-5 in the Big Ten. So they only have 1 conference win so far this year.
Because I think Ohio State. Oh no, okay, they got Purdue next week. Give me Ohio State. Give me the points. And what was the 66?
66 is over under. Yep.
Yeah, give me the over.
All right. The next game at noon is the number 9 Demon Deacons on the road in Chapel Hill to play the Tar Heels. North Carolina is a 2.5-point favorite with the over-under being 76.5. That's a lot of points.
Who? The Tar Heels and who?
Wake, the Demon Deacons, Wake Forest, who was undefeated. Wake hasn't lost a game this year.
Wake. Is Wake favored?
Wake is not. The Tar Heels are favored.
The Tar Heels are a favorite. No, give me Wake.
No, Wake Forest.
I was gonna say I'd take
Wake Forest.
Yeah.
Wake Forest wins outright, and the 76.
76.5 is the over/under. Yep.
Ooh.
That's a lot.
Give me the under. That's a lot. You're asking for a lot. That's getting somebody's got to get to 45.
Yeah. Yep. That's a lot of points. The next one at noon, guys, is Liberty on the road in Oxford to play the Ole Miss Rebels. Ole Miss is a 9.5 point favorite, with the over/under being 67 in that game at noon.
I wonder who has. Okay, I need to take a gander at Ole Miss's schedule.
Okay. Yeah. They are 6-2 currently. I don't know what they are in the SEC. It doesn't tell me what they are in conference.
I think I'll take Ole Miss.
I'll take Ole Miss. I think Matt Carroll should be one of the guys that's in the Heisman run this year. I know he's.
I'm tempted to take. I'm gonna take Ole Miss, but Liberty covers.
Okay.
Liberty's got A&M next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
And always remember, Liberty only plays for what they need.
Oh. Excuse me. Yes.
Bless you.
Thank you. That's
It's just it screams trap game.
Yeah.
Trap game.
Yeah.
That's why I was looking at the Ohio State schedule. But they have Purdue next week, so I'm not worried about that.
The next game, guys, is in Minneapolis, where the Illini are on the road to play the Golden Gophers. Minnesota's a 14.5 point favorite, with the over/under being 40.
Oh yeah. Give me Minnesota. Give me the points. And what was the over/under?
44.
Give me the under. Give me a dog.
I'll take Minnesota, but I think their opponents are going to cover.
Okay. All right. The last game in the top 25 that starts at noon has the number 25 Pitt Panthers on the road in Durham to play the Blue Devils. Pitt is a 21-point favorite, with the over/under being 64.
I like Pitt. You think they cover?
But Duke will cover.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was gonna say 21's and all. That's 3 touchdowns. That's a lot to cover.
That's a lot, and it's not. It depends on who you're playing. You know who you're playing. You know, Duke. It being a home game.
Duke can throw an upset just like Miami did last week.
Right.
You never know. You're at home. You never know.
Yep.
You know. The next game, in the top 25 is at 3:30. You have the number 3 Spartans on the road in Purdue, or in West Lafayette, Indiana. The Spartans are a 3-point favorite. The over/under is 53.5. Wow, Michigan State's only get 3? Wow. Okay.
I'm taking Michigan State.
I was going to say I'll take State too.
Let me look.
I think I'll take State and the under. I think Purdue can put some points up. They're 5-3, 3-2 in the Big Ten. They can score.
Yeah.
I don't know how many. I mean, Michigan State's got a decent defense.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Well,
Michigan hung 33 on them and should have hung a lot more.
Yeah.
Give me Purdue.
Purdue. Okay. All
Purdue
right.
straight up, and the under.
The next
game, I kind of expect Sparty to have a letdown after last week.
Could be. I mean, it might be that way. The next game is at 3:30. It is the Golden Hurricanes of Tulsa on the road in Cincinnati to play the Bearcats. Cincinnati's a 22.5 point favorite, with the over/under being 55.
Give me Cincy. Give me the points and give me the over. Okay. Cincinnati rolls.
Cincy wins. Miami covers.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. The next game is Navy is on the road in South Bend to play the Irish, and the Leafs just tied the game up. Notre Dame's a 21-point favorite, with the over/under being 47.5.
Now that's going to be an ass whooping. Notre Dame points and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. The next one, guys, is Oklahoma State on the road in Morgantown to face the Mountaineers. Oklahoma State's a 3.5 point favorite, with the over/under being 49.
I like West Virginia.
Oklahoma State.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to say under.
The next one would be the number 12 Baylor Bears on the road in Fort Worth to play the Horned Frogs. Baylor's a 6.5-point favorite, with over under being 58.
Baylor.
Okay.
All the way.
Yeah,
and the Texas TCU coach, I think, resigned.
Yes, he did. Correct.
Yes.
He did resign.
Yeah.
For 20 years.
Yep.
22 years. Peterson?
Yep. The next one, guys, is number 13 versus number 14. That's the Auburn Tigers on the road in College Station to play the Texas A&M Aggies. The Aggies are a 4.5-point favorite, with the over-under being 49.5.
Mm.
I'm going to take Auburn with an upset. Auburn won last week. I think they roll in and take care of business in College Station. I think I'll take the under. I don't know if they'll be more than 50 points scored or whatever it has to be. But yeah.
I'll take Texas.
I like A&M too.
Okay. I like Bo Nix, so that's why.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
With the next one is the 3:30 kick. It's Iowa State on the road in Provo to play BYU. I have no line or no over under, so I don't know why unless they don't have that game. The next one is Wisconsin's on the road in Piscataway, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, New Jersey.
Against Rutgers. The Badgers are a 13-point favorite, with the over-under being 37.5.
Badgers are going to kill them. They're going to kill them.
That's a low over-under. 37.5? Wow.
Rutgers sucks. I mean.
Well, but,
and so does Wisconsin.
So, yeah, I was going to say Wisconsin's not
Wisconsin's a little bit better.
That's a Big Ten matchup, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, somewhat.
The next game is at 4 o'clock. You have the number 17 Mississippi State Bulldogs on the road in Fayetteville to play the Razorbacks. Arkansas is a 4.5-point home favorite, with the over-under being 55.5.
Arkansas versus who?
Mississippi State.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
Okay. At home, they're the home favorite.
Right. What was the line?
The line is 4.5. They're a 4.5-point favorite, with the over being 55.5. Yeah.
Give me the points in the under.
Okay. All right. The next game is at 4 o'clock. You have the number 19 NC State Wolfpack on the road in Tallahassee to play the Florida State Seminoles. The Wolfpack are 2.5-point favorite, with the over-under being 56.
Wolfpack.
I wonder what the last time the Seminoles were a home dog.
I got to see NC State earlier this year play USF. So
yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah,
I'm just gonna say that. The 7 o'clock game on ESPN has the LSU Tigers on the road in Tuscaloosa to play Alabama. The Tide are a 28.5-point favorite. The over-under is 66.5.
Bama wins, LSU covers.
Exactly what I was thinking.
I agree with you guys. I was
thinking that. If it was anything, if it was 10 or less, I was gonna take the Alabama end. But 28 is a lot. I think LSU is not that bad.
Okay.
Even in Tuscaloosa.
The next one, guys, is the Tennessee Volunteers on the road in Lexington to play the Kentucky Wildcats. Tennessee is actually a 1-point favorite, with the over-under being 56.5.
Tennessee, no question.
Tennessee?
Kentucky.
Okay. I was going to say, I'll take Kentucky. I'll take the under, though. I don't think there'll be 57 points scored in that game.
No.
Between those two teams. The next one is Iowa on the road in Evanston to play Northwestern. The Hawkeyes
rolls.
Yeah, 12-point favorite, with the over-under being 40.5.
Iowa, the points and the over.
I'm taking Northwestern.
Northwestern, okay. That's good. You know what? Upsets happen, and Iowa got beat last week by Wisconsin, so there you go.
Right.
The next one is the Boise State is on the road in Fresno to play Fresno State, who's a 5-point favorite, and the over-under being 60.
I like Fresno. Like Fresno, the points and the under.
All right. The next one is at 7:30. You have the number 4 Ducks on the road in Washington to play the what's Washington is who?
Cougars.
Their Oregon's a 7-point favorite. Over under being 51.
Oregon.
The points and the under.
Yes.
The next game at 7:30 is Indiana's on the road in Ann Arbor to play Michigan. The Wolverines are a 12-point favorite with the over-under being 51.
Michigan bounces back.
I agree. I think Michigan does bounce back.
Indiana covers.
Okay. All right. And the last top 25 game at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time has San Diego State on the road in Honolulu to play Hawaii. The Aztecs are a 7-point favorite with the over-under being 46.5.
Can you give me what's Hawaii's record?
Hawaii is 4-5 and 1-3 in the Mountain West.
Okay, yeah. Give me the Aztecs.
Yes.
Are they the 7-point favorites?
Yes, they're a road favorite. Yep, they're a road favorite.
There are a lot of road favorites this week.
And I'm sorry, the over under was not 46.5; it's 45.5. That's why
no problem.
It'll make a difference, but that's the top.
Yeah,
with that,
I like the Aztecs. Yeah.
So Hawaii's playing. You said ASU.
Yeah, San Diego State.
I'm taking San Diego State.
Yeah,
Aztecs. Yeah, the Aztecs.
God, suck. Have we even won a game this year?
We can move to the National Football League, and we'll go back to Week 8. Obviously, you guys know that Aaron Rodgers tested positive for COVID-19.
Correct.
Yes.
Will not be playing. Speaking of the Packers, they won on Thursday Night Football last week.
Which we got that one.
Arizona Cardinals, 24-21.
Yeah, you got that one right, buddy.
I was gonna say, didn't Lou pick Green Bay last week?
He did. He called it.
Yeah, he picked it.
You did indeed.
Carolina beat Atlanta 19-13. Miami loses to Buffalo. That game was ugly. That was an ugly football game.
Allen had 30. Allen had like 20. Allen had like 28 fantasy points, so I was all right with it.
The 49ers.
I won 176 to 88 last week.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm already up 20. I already got 22 this week.
The 49ers beat the Bears 33-22 last week. Pittsburgh beat Cleveland 15-10. The Eagles trounced the Lions at home 44-6.
Yeah, it was funny. It's funny. My dad and I were talking about it before the game, and he was like, "Oh, the Lions."
Toronto just won in overtime. Shit.
My dad we were messaging him before the game on Sunday afternoon. He was like, "Yeah, I think the Lions can win this weekend." And I was like, "Yeah, maybe." And pigs could fly out of my butt, and I could win the lottery. But neither of those three things are going to happen anytime soon. So.
Go ahead. The Titans beat the Colts in overtime, 34-30.
That was a hell of a ball game.
Yeah, actually, the Colts are winning right now. I just flipped the game over there.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, I've been watching the college football game, but I was watching a little bit of that earlier.
Speaking of the Jets, the upset 34-31 last week over.
What a game that was!
Great game
for the Jets. The funny thing is, look at this: the Jets are 2-1 at home. They're at home. They need to stay home.
Right.
In the Meadowlands. The Rams beat the Texans 38-22.
Okay. Yeah.
The game that surprised me was the Patriots beating LA 27-24. I wasn't expecting.
I had a feeling that the New England was going to get it done.
3-0 on the road. Patriots are undefeated on the road. The Seahawks beat the Jaguars 31-7. The Broncos beat the Washington football team 17-10. The Buccaneers had too many penalties and too many turnovers and lost 27 Saints. The Cowboys beat the Vikings 20-16. And then on Monday Night Football, the Chiefs beat the Giants 20-17. I don't think that was a very interesting ball game either on Monday Night Football.
It really wasn't.
Not really.
So let's go down the list here. So we'll start 1 o'clock games, and you have the Browns on the road to play the Bengals. The Bengals are a 2.5-point favorite. Over under being 47.
I like the Bengals. The Bengals, the points, and the under.
I'm taking the Browns.
The Browns, okay. All right. The next one is Denver on the road to play Dallas. The Cowboys are a 10-point favorite at home. Over under being 49.5.
Cowboys.
Cowboys, the points, and the under.
Okay.
Oh, Dak's gonna play this week, so yeah, Cowboys big.
This will be an ugly game. You have the 1-7 Houston Texans on the road against the 1-7 Miami Dolphins. Dolphins are a 5.5-point favorite. The over under being 46.5.
Houston. Tyrod Taylor's gonna play.
Okay. All right. The Falcons are on the road against the Saints. The Saints are a 6.5-point favorite with the over under being 42.
The Saints, the over, and the points. Ugh, Saints roll.
The next one is Vegas is on the road against the Giants. The Raiders are a 3-point. 46.5 is the line for that game.
The Raiders, the points, and the under.
The next game is in Charlotte. The 4-4 Patriots are on the road against the 4-4 Panthers. Patriots are actually the favorite. Are actually the favorite. 3.5. Under 41.
Yeah.
I think the Patriots can win that football game. The Bills are on the road in Jacksonville.
Bills.
Bills, big.
They're a 14.5-point favorite with the over-under being 48.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me the Bills. Give me the points. Give me the over.
The next
Bills
one
roll.
Is Minnesota on the road against Baltimore. The Ravens are a 6-point favorite with the over-under being 49.5.
Yeah, Ravens.
It's okay. The Chargers are on the road in Philadelphia to play the Eagles. The LA is a 1.5-point favorite with the over-under being 50.
Eagles.
Yeah.
Eagles. Okay. All right.
Chargers.
Green Bay is on the road to play Kansas City. The Chiefs are a 7.5-point favorite with the over-under being 40.
Yeah. No. KC, because Rodgers is going to be out.
I was going to say, I think Love is going to make his first start.
He is, definitely.
Yep. Because their third-string quarterback also has COVID. So I think they signed Blake Bortles. I did see that the other day. They signed Blake Bortles. Arizona on the road in Santa Clara to play the 49ers. The Niners are actually a favorite in this game.
Against who?
Arizona.
Wow.
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Okay. The Titans are on the road minus Mr. Henry against the Rams in Inglewood.
Rams.
Okay. And the Monday night game, that was a Sunday night game. The Monday night game is Chicago on the road to play the Steelers. Okay. And the bye weeks this week are Detroit, Seattle, Tampa Bay, and Washington all have a bye week.
Detroit already lost to the bye, so.
Yeah. The Bulls didn't even show up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my goodness. Okay. If you guys want to, we can talk about anything now. We got 17 minutes left.
Jack Eichel.
Jack Eichel going to the Vegas Golden Knights. We can talk about that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And they'll give him the transplant too.
And they're gonna get him the surgery he wants. Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder how long will he? Did they say how long he'd be out?
I haven't seen how long he's gonna be out.
Yeah.
But it said as early as this week, so tomorrow, Saturday.
I just want to say, man, I think it was kind of cool to have Mike on. If you guys
was awesome.
Back on, let me know.
Oh yeah.
He's a local guy. What the whole thing? Let me kind of show you what I'm talking about. What I'm going to order. What he's prescribed for me to have. Let me see what this is. I'm trying to remember what he. Hang on a second. Maybe I can. He messaged me earlier. Let's see. This is a finger yoga.
I have a handy figure.
Let me show you exactly what it is, because it's something. It kind of looks like, I'm trying to think of what it reminds. It kind of looks like an octopus fits around your fingers. Is basically what it kind of is. It's something
like an archery glove.
Something similar to an archery glove. Let me show you what it looks like, because I can share the screen here. Let me show you.
The Monday night game's gonna suck, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely gonna suck. This is what it looks like. That's what it looks like right there. If you can see that. Right
okay.
there.
Yeah, it's looking. Yeah. And it's got.
Yeah.
I know it. Yeah, because it allows you to strengthen your wrist muscles.
So what he wants me to do is see me.
It's resistance training.
See my left hand, right? My left hand is up here. So what he wants me to do is he wants me to do that and then be able to turn my head this way to the right and then bend my arm back, but still having my head turned right to strengthen my left side and then come back is what he wants me to do. And that's, he told me, he said, if you do that, like, 3 times, you do that like a half hour every day, you'll strengthen that side of your body. He said, because what it is your brain has kind of turned that side of your body off, because he was trying to, when he was doing stuff at his office, he would resist and I'd have to push back with my left hand. And I was strong on my right side, as we were talking about right hand dominant, compared to being not, I don't use my left hand that often. So he wants to strengthen my left side a little bit more. So that's something that he not required me, but requested me to pick up.
Recommended.
And I went on Amazon. They're like $25. I can't. Why would I not order one? If it's going to help me in my mobility for $25,
it's resistance training. Yeah.
I'm willing to spend that. I'm willing.
Yeah, it's resistance training.
Yeah.
So that's
because you'll be able to. What you can do is you can do your thumb and then your forefinger, and then your middle finger, then your ring finger and your pinky, and then you.
He told me to stand against the wall and then just try to do hip turns to the left to kind of get the hips and everything to shift that way. And I think what it's going to end up doing is it's going to get me, not so much in everyday life, but I think in my golf swing, it's going to get me more balanced up.
Yeah, you'll stay over the ball.
Right. I'll be more
balanced. You won't pull off the ball as much.
Right. So it could change my golf swing.
Well, it'll keep you more. It'll keep you over the ball. And so instead of opening your lead shoulder, where you hook a lot of shots, don't you? You pull to the right, don't you?
I hit a fade. I hit the ball right, left to right. So it starts off left, goes back to the right. That's how I hit the ball.
Yeah, so you're drawing back to the right.
Correct.
So if the, I got a pencil right here. So that being straight, that being to the right, that being to the left. So you hit your shots more this way than I'm bringing it.
Goes like this, but
focus here, focus up. There we go. So you hit your shots more to the right here.
Yeah, it goes out left and goes back to the right. So it
bends back to the right.
Right. Correct. I've always hit a fade. That's now a draw is the opposite direction, where the ball starts off right and goes back to the left. You get more distance with a draw. That's always it's a foregone conclusion. If you don't know in golf, guys, that's what a draw is. A draw is a natural shot of right to left. A fade is a left to right shot. So I hit a fade. I learned how to hit a draw a long time ago. I don't like to hit it that much. I'm not used to it, but I'm guessing that the strength training with my left side is going to help me get more balanced. Like I said, I don't have the best. I do slouch when I sit. I don't have the best. I'm also ordering a footrest from under my desk at work. I think that's going to help. I've had some issues, guys, with my calf muscles because I'm not sitting right and my calves get all messed up. Then I got to stretch things out. So I'm trying to think of things that I can help my muscles and everything else. But it was really a cool experience. And I mean, he was really a nice guy. Nothing. I mean, he's a nerd. I mean, talked about Marvel.
He's a nerd.
I mean, no, he said that. he came out, Lewis, and told me, he's like, I'm a sucker for Marvel. I'm like, cool. Now I can talk to you about Iron Man and all, and
Great.
Thanos. And I said, look, my hand is like Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet. I mean, snap your fingers. You can snap your fingers and do strength training. But yeah, I mean, so it was really an absolute.
But at least he admits it.
Oh, he came right out and said that. He came right out and said,
right,
like, I'm a nerd. I'm like, cool, okay. I don't have a problem.
I can work with that.
I don't have a problem with that.
Right.
I don't have an issue with that at all. So I'm going to go on when we get off here, and I'm going to go on his Facebook page and write a review about my experience. And he offered me, he said that I could come in for half hour was 80 minutes for him to kind of work with me, and then an hour would be $150. He said that you could do either one will work for you. He said if you could come in like once a month, it would be great. I said, well, you know what? I think we can make that happen. I think we can make that happen.
Right.
So I might go back later this month because, see, the cool thing is because he was on here, he waived the assessment fee. So I didn't have to pay for that. He waived it because he was coming on as a guest. I found him, guys, on Facebook in a golf group. I saw it because of golf extras. I'm like, oh, God, I got to get this guy on because I'm always interested in improving any kind of exercise. I didn't know that he was more muscles and stuff like that. So I'm like, I went on Tuesday and I'm like, he's like, oh, got to lay down. And now put your hand up. And now I'm going to push this way and I want you to push back. And I'm like, okay. I mean, dude, when I left there, I had muscles that hurt because I haven't used them in such a long time. So it was really, really a cool experience. I'm glad he came on here. I really am glad that he decided to
it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed talking to him.
To come on.
Yes.
So like I said, if you guys are ever, I'll give you the information. You can go see him and see how it all works. It's pretty cool.
Sounds good.
Works. Anything else you guys wanna chime in on? We got a couple more minutes.
Well, go ahead.
I didn't see. Nick Castellanos is not renewing his deal with the with the Reds.
Then who got hired? Somebody just got a new job last week.
The A's had agreed to a deal with somebody,
right? Did Bob Melvin?
Yeah.
Yes, I thought somebody signed a new team last week.
Taysom Hill cleared concussion protocol.
That's good. Oh, they'll need him.
I was wondering where he was last week.
Yeah, he was on concussion protocol. Yep, that's why you had, what's his name?
Trevor Siemian.
Trevor Siemian. Yep. Yep. Which they still beat the Bucks. So there you go.
I know, right?
They still beat Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
So that was not a pretty game by the Bucks last week. And now you got a pissed off Tom Brady going into the break. I feel bad for whoever they play coming out of the break.
Right.
Because he's not going to be a happy camper when he comes out.
No.
I don't think so.
He's not going to be a happy camper when he comes out of the break.
No, not that he was happy going into the break either.
Right.
No. Well, I think I want to say, didn't he come out and admit that it was partly his fault that they had a bad game? The press con, I don't remember I know Bruce Arians wasn't happy. I could say that.
Right.
Bruce was not a happy camper after the game. I'm wondering if he tore them a new one on that plane ride back from New Orleans, or
that was not a plane ride that I am jealous of.
Or was it very quiet on that plane?
It may have been.
Oh.
It may have been an uncomfortable plane ride home.
At that point I would have said, "Yep, I'm putting in my headphones and
put my sleep mask on."
Right.
I'm gonna go sleep, coach. I'm out. I'm gonna be quiet. Put the mask on, lay back, and go. Okay, I got hour and a half, 2 hour flight back to Tampa.
Right. If you want to take the scenic route,
I'll
be all right with that.
Don't go over the ocean. Go across Louisiana so we can actually see some sights. Don't go across the Gulf.
Take as long as you want.
Yeah. You could delay the flight.
You know what? I'll catch the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can delay the flight a little bit. We don't care.
Well, my family, with it being the bye week and everything, my family's in Michigan, so I'm gonna go that way.
There you
have
go.
fun.
There you go. Yeah.
We'll see you on next Monday.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm gonna go. Coach, I'm gonna fly back to Tampa, then I'm gonna fly to Michigan. So I'm gonna
no, I'm flying. I'm flying right from.
Oh, you're flying right from.
Yeah,
right
yeah. I'm taking a commercial flight. I'm flying home, y'all. I'll see you on Monday. I'm taking a week off. Have a good week. Everyone that had a holding call. Everyone that had a holding call last week, they all caught separate flights on back home.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I don't know, man. I can't imagine what it would be like to be in a locker room with Tom Brady after a loss.
I can't imagine it either.
And Tom Brady and Bruce Arians, man.
It would be quiet. Well, either they're doing all the talking or it's gonna be quiet.
It is probably the most uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like when you got caught doing something, not like you didn't kill anyone, but you may have forgotten to feed the cat. Kind of quiet.
Yeah. Yep.
Like your mom told you 3 times before she left the house, don't forget to feed the damn cat. And what you do, you didn't feed the damn cat. Yeah, that kind of that.
And then she comes home and finds out you didn't feed the cat.
Yeah, that kind of.
What did you do? What did I tell you to do? And you didn't do it. Yeah. It's quiet.
Yeah. It's real fucking quiet.
Yeah.
He said, guys, that was fun. You guys are great. This is Mike. I just texted him real quick. I guess I'm gonna go on and write a review on his Facebook page.
You got Facebook? Great.
Yeah, if you want to know what his last name is, it's Robles. R-B as in boy, L-E-S. So if you want to look it up.
I was trying to make it. I thought I couldn't make out the. Yeah, I couldn't read it.
Robles. Yeah, Robles.
And
I will say this: he's probably maybe 5'7", maybe. Very short guy. Yeah, he's a very short guy.
He's strong as hell, though.
Yes, that he is. I mean, and I'm 5'9", so I'm not tall either. But
right,
he's.
But you're not you're.
Yeah,
you got a little bit of heft to you.
Yes, I do. I'm trying to lose that heft. No, I will flat out admit that. Buddy. I have to get my cholesterol down. That's the goal that I'm going to do next year. Got to get my cholesterol down. I don't have it where I have to take meds, but it can be controlled by diet and exercise. So maybe seeing him once a month will be part of the exercise part. Being that it's about a 25-minute drive, it's not that bad. I mean, I'm not driving. I'm not driving that far. So yeah,
right.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm gonna do it. I'll go once a month. I'll pay him $80 and go see him once a month, and do the training that he wants me to do, and see if it gets better. If it gets better to the point where I don't have to go as often, great. But he told me, he goes, I can't give you a timetable on when it will actually stop. I go, well, that's okay. I'm not asking. I would never ask. Oh, when will this end? Is it a month?
Right.
Is it a year from now? Is it 2 years from now? He said it just depends all on you. It depends on if you do your homework. If you give me I give you exercise to do. If you do that, you'll have no problem. Your mobility will return a lot faster than what you think it would happen. So yeah. So, but anything else, guys? Anything in closing thoughts? We got 2 more minutes left. If you want to do shows or anything like that, the floor is yours, gentlemen.
All right. Our Enhanced Sports Show, Saturday, 5 to 7 Eastern Time. Number to call is 512-543-4662. We're going to be doing a World Series recap, of course. We'll also do our monthly look at the standings in the NHL, NBA, and NFL. We'll take a look at the winners and losers of the NFL trade deadline, but your opinion. We'll also look at the college football playoff picture and see how legit you think it is, or if not. We'll also cover college, the start of the college basketball season, because that's going to start on Tuesday. Thank God. So if you got time on Saturday, 5 to 7, give a call, 512-543-4662. Like I always say, the more the merrier. On that note, gentlemen, good night.
Good night. Thank you. All right. Like I said, guys, this has been the Walker Report, part of In the Zone Sports Radio and NGSE Sports. Remember the website, guys, it's ngsesports.com. We are sponsored by creatingzenspaces.com. I also would like to thank Mike Robles for joining us this evening. Mike, if you are still listening to the show, I will be calling you personally to continue what we started. Thank you to our first responders and our military as well. Thank you for your sacrifice. We would not be able to do what we do. Until then, guys, we are out till next week. We will be back here next week to discuss sports topics. If you guys like to know, I do end up gathering articles starting tomorrow for next week's show. So the work gets put in all week from the next 7 days. If anything pops up that I think will be interesting for us to talk about, I do get it ready to go for next week. But until then, guys, this has been the Sports Sir Brad Walker. We love all you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Until next week. Peace.